Hey guys, welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved. We're still here on our Ark Aberration server. This is episode 5, I believe. So we're still getting set up, getting our base going. I notice like everyone's doing videos, they're rushing to show you guys like end content, the last boss fight, the rock drake stealing eggs, breeding, all really cool. But, I mean, if you just get into Aberration, it's very different. The Island, Center, Ragnarok are all great maps, but they're absolutely nothing like this. So there are certain things we take for granted if you're used to playing, and resource is just one of them. So you're used to being able to get all the metal you want, you're used to be able to get all the wood, rock, anything you need, you know it's there. And just cementing paste is one of those things that you're used to be able to get. If you need it, it's there. You know, even on a high population server, you might have to be the first one to get to the beaver dams to steal the cementing paste, but you know you can get it. And then obviously later on, once you've got set up, there are other ways to get cementing paste for you. But in Ark Aberration, there are no beavers, which means no beaver dams. So at the start of the game, you're getting set up, you want to get your fabricator going, you want to start getting things out of your fabricator. Even if you want to build something like the new cliff platforms, which we will be showing you in the next couple of days as well, they require a lot of cementing paste. You know, there are so many things that require 100, 200, 300 cementing paste per item, and normally you're fine. You got the beaver dams, and later on you got other options, but Aberration right at the start, you've got nothing. There are no beaver dams to raid. So, we're going to tell you a few ways to get cementing paste right at the start of the game. So, even before you've got your fabricator up, you're already building up some cementing paste. And I'll also show you a couple of things like oil. There are very few oil veins around. They're usually in more dangerous areas. There's no oil rocks in the starting areas. There's nowhere to swim down to in mine, and all you gotta worry about is maybe a megalodon eating you. There's nothing around. So we're gonna show you cementing paste, we're gonna show you oil, and in the process, chitin and keratin, which is obviously something you need in abundance for saddles and everything else. Okay, so first of all, your first option when you start off is gonna be, let's load up my map. There we go. So you're going to start around this area. It'll be close to one of these branches on the river, maybe slightly farther north if you went to the portal. So it's a lot of water around anyway, which is great because it's going to be one of the big things for you. So normally if you didn't have access to a beaver dam, or if you're on a populated server where everyone is getting the beaver dams, raiding cementing paste, and you don't have a chance to get it, you would basically tame some snails, some acatinas. You can get 100 cementing paste in the snail's inventory before it maxes out, and it's 1 cementing paste every minute. So 100 minutes, you've got 100 cementing paste. If you've got 4 or 5 snails, you're getting 500 every 100 minutes. It's a lot of cementing paste. It stays in their inventory, so you don't have to worry about it disappearing. And that's how you would do it if you didn't have access to beaver dams normally. But on Aberration, again, at the start of the game, you're not going to be able to tame a snail because you need sweet cakes. They require a lot of resources. They require honey. They require sap. You need to be able to grow the crops as well, which if you want to get any kind of reasonable time, you need a greenhouse, which is a lot of crystal, metal. So taming a snail isn't really an option for you at the start of the game, or even probably in your first week or so. So what you want to do is convert chitin or keratin with stone into cementing paste, which if you haven't done before is you can do from your mortar pestle, and you can learn the engram for that. So cementing paste, you can see you can use chitin, keratin, and stone. Stone is in abundance everywhere. There is literally nowhere you can build your base that you're not going to have access to tons and tons of stone. Keratin and chitin are your only problems, so right at the start of the game, you probably won't be able to farm scorpions or I mean, stegos will give you some keratin as well in smaller amounts, but basically insects are what you want to do. So what you want to do is find these guys, which I'm sure you've all seen, trilobites. Usually on maps like the island, you can find a lot of them in kind of deeper water on the sea shelf just before it gets too deep. And obviously they come up onto the beach and stuff at rivers. If you're on a populated server, there's usually not enough of them, and it's not really worth your time looking for them. Thankfully though, in Aberration, these guys are hugely populated in certain areas. So I've done a lot of scouting. I've found this river. So this is near all of the starting areas. So other than I think one starting area which is much further south, all the rest of them will put you in a really close distance to this one, which I can show you GPS coordinates for. So 27.2, 54.6 will put you kind of in the middle of this river. And the great thing is that there's nothing really aggressive around here. Like I said, it is close to the starting areas. Nothing aggressive really spawns on this river for the length of it that I'm going to show you. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 raptors, low levels, which you should be able to take out pretty easily with a bola and a bow and arrows. Nothing else. There's a lot of stegos, a lot of herbivores. Bulldogs, if you guys are interested in taming those, they're pretty awesome. Easy tame. Check out our other video for the bulldogs, and also the shinehorns, which is this awesome little goat that sits on your shoulder. This is the same thing. They protect you from the nameless, which hopefully you won't see for a while. So yeah, you want to find this river. I am using a Ravager, but you can do this by hand. Metal tools will definitely be a benefit to you, but you can do it with a stone axe. I mean, obviously use an actual weapon to kill it, but alright, so sorry, that took way too long. My weapons are on my Ravager. You want to kill a trilobite with an axe even. You need a metal axe, obviously. If you watch our other video, card should be popping up now, you'll be able to find all the metal, all the blue crystal you need, so you'll have no problem getting metal tools up. Oops, sorry, Parazort. So, we got 9 oil from that one trilobite, 52 chitin with a metal pick, and a black pearl, which will be nice later on. Save those. Obviously, with using a Ravager, you're probably going to get a lot more. I would say 9 was actually pretty good, but you'd probably get 10 plus with a Ravager, just even from a lower level one. Probably more like 80 chitin if you do happen to have even a low level Ravager will be really good for it. So like I was saying, this river is there in abundance. There's another one right there. There's another one over there. There's another one over there. Gosh, there's another one just up there. I think earlier I just took a quick run this river, counted 50 plus. These guys are absolutely everywhere. Make sure you check in the water. There's another one just there. My goat is currently glowing, if you can see his face. It's an ability they have. It tells you there's a max level dinosaur around, which could be anything. Could be a fish, basically. Here's the raptors I was telling you about. Dead raptors. So let me see. Another one. There's 3 of them. There's another one. Another one. Basically, just before I started the video, I killed 10 of them. Let me see what I got. 97 oil, and every piece of chitin you see here is from these trilobites. So it's 4 chitin per cementing paste. So what did I have there? This is just from 10. It is with this, so you probably want to take about a third of this away. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Just over 700. I would say 500 from every 10 trilobites, which is just over 100 cementing paste. So 10 trilobites equals just over 100 cementing paste. Really good, really quick, and as I said, there are no dangerous creatures around here. Those 2 raptors were unusual. I scouted this river out yesterday as well, and I didn't see anything, so that's the first time they spawned here. Everything else is peaceful. There are no piranha in this river either, which, more trilobites, is a big thing. If you guys have been swimming around the rivers in Aberration, you'll see that there are piranha everywhere. So there's some more, and I killed those 10 at this section of the river just before the video, so they do spawn quite quickly as well. They're all over this place. I would say 50 plus just on a quick estimate from here to where I showed you the coordinates for. This could easily be more in the water. They were just what was on the edge, on the surface that I could see. 2 more. There's another one, everywhere. So that's going to get you all the chitin you need. And obviously if you have a Ravager, it's going to get you probably another 30%. Even a low level Ravager, it's really good for farming the chitin. Also oil, which will convert to gas to using your stuff like your fabricator, and also for producing some items at lower levels that you're probably not thinking about, but they're there. As I said, more. I mean, there's another 4, 5 just on the bank there. Nothing aggressive. Nice area, close to all the starting zones, so you can get all the keratin, or sorry, all the chitin you need there, and oil, which is really good. You'll probably pick up some silica pearls and black pearls, which will be nice for you later on when you've got your fabricator going. You're starting to make things from that, like electronics. Option 2, which is also close to the starting area. Let me just show you on the map here. So it's slightly further away from this river. We're going to go north. Just up here. It's not too far. Again, there's nothing really aggressive around here. You should be fine just running up here on foot. And I mean, like you can see, chitin weighs nothing. 100 stack weighs 1. So you don't even need the mount. I will say that Ravagers are amazing. Like I said, there's the odd raptor, so watch out for raptors. Have some bolas with you. Once you bola these guys, they're defenseless. You can just kill them. A bow and arrow, a few headshots. They're really weak. What you want to do is head for this entrance up here. This is just I don't know, if you've gone through all the trilobites, you'll probably need, well, you probably won't need more, but you have gone through all the trilobites. You can get up here, you can harvest up here while you're waiting for the trilobites to respawn. There's absolutely no creatures in here except these glow bugs. Just want to say off the bat. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Aberration, you haven't looked into it a lot, you won't know that 90% of everything in Aberration is underground, and it's a large cave structure. But there is like about 10% above ground, which this is the entrance to. So when you do get to that stage where you want to be going above ground in your hazmat suit to fight off reapers and to gather cool drops and stuff. This is one of the entrances. There are several around the edge of the map. They do all look similar if you look at the rock structure where I am, and then if you look at the top left hand corner of my map, similar rock structure. They're both entrances to the surface. So that's what you want to do. It's safe up here. There's nothing spawning down here. The only thing that's down here is a little heat. As you can see, my heat gauge has gone up slightly. The closer you get to that wall, the hotter it will get. So nighttime is really what you want to do. Basically, what you're looking for are these big bones. They're everywhere. There's hundreds and hundreds of them in this little room. You can see everywhere. And these bones, if you're used to Scorched Earth or Ragnarok, you'll know that bones usually give you salt. But in Aberration, bones give you keratin. Each of these bones will give you probably 30 to 40 keratin. Yeah, 30 to 40 keratin, I think. Like I said, there are hundreds of them around here. The cave stretches on over there. If it's nighttime, your heat gauge won't go past the small flame. Bones are everywhere. So you can basically farm one of these caves. This one is the closest to the river, and a couple of raptors are the most you're going to run into. By the time you finish farming this cave, the trilobite should have respawned. So that's going to be kind of set you up for a huge amount. By the time you finish killing all the trilobites in that small section of river, which I have done yesterday, and without using a raptor, or sorry, without using a ravager, and just using a pike and bow and arrow, I was able to kill every trilobite between the coordinates I gave you and the end of the river. I think it was about 25 minutes, and you're looking at a couple thousand keratin. So every 400 keratin is 100 cementing paste, so you're probably going to come out with about 500 cementing paste at the end of it. And that's going to set you up for a while. Even a cliff top platform is only 250 cementing paste. So if you get 500 from a run, if you say 25 minutes for the river, maybe another 10 minutes to clear out that cave, which is probably going to net you another 600 or so, I think I got from clearing that cave out. It's a small cave, but there's a lot of bones, so it's a small area to get through. 10 minutes. So you're probably going to end up with another 150 cementing paste from that as well. So you're going to be set up for a while. By the time you get that done, you should be able to build your greenhouse, get your crops going, build a cliff platform if that's what you're into. You'll be able to fabricate anything you need for a while, and it'll set you up with enough that you can then start making the sweet cakes to tame the snails. Now if you do want to tame snails, I will show you where they are as well, just as a third option for cementing paste. It will be the best option for you, but it's not something you can do at the start of the game, like I said. So method 1 and 2, which you should combine really. They're close to each other, even on foot. It's not dangerous, and it is near all the starting areas. So definitely do option 1 and 2. Combine those. Once you've got your fabricator up, you've got a good dino like a ravager, and you're able to start making sweet cakes to tame. This is where you want to go. Stuck in a waterfall here. This is a bred ravager, so his speed's a little fast for delicate things. Okay, so this is the blue luminescent valley. You guys watched the metal blue crystal video, again link in the corner. This is one of the more, well, it's the next step up in dangerous areas for you. Not the most dangerous, just the next step up. It is dangerous. You will need to get yourself a bulb frog or a little shine horn like mine. We got a video for that as well. I'll show you guys how to do that. You can go in there, it'll keep the nameless away, and in there, all over the place, you'll find snails. They are literally everywhere. So once you're ready to tame them, get yourself 4 or 5. You can pick them up, and even while you've picked them up, you can still ride your Ravager. So you can pick one up, ride your Ravager out of there, drop it off, and go back get another one. 4 or 5 snails will net you 400 to 500 cementing paste every 100 minutes. Which is going to be everything you need. It does stay in their inventory, so you won't have to actually worry about collecting it. They secrete cementing paste as well, so instead of basically pooping on the ground, they're pooping paste, which you can pick up as well if you happen to be around your base. But there's no need. They keep it in their inventory up to a maximum of 100. And they also make organic polymer. The polymer takes a lot longer. It's every 45 minutes, but it will stack up to 100 as well. So snails are going to be your kind of end game supply of paste and organic polymer. Great to have. They're definitely worth it. If you want to make sweet vegetable cakes, recipes on the wiki if you're not familiar with it. Yeah, definitely the way you want to go, but it's not something you can do at the start. So option 1 and 2 hopefully combined to net you some more, make it worth your while. Oh, near draw light. Level draw light, level 80. This is like you got 62 kite from that one. Ravagers are definitely a big help. Check out our Ravager video. Easy way to tame it solo. You can actually solo tame an entire pack of Ravagers yourself. You'll get the pack boost, you'll get the mating boost and the alpha boost. Really handy to have, especially when you go into the Illuminescent Valley. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys. Collect as much chitin, as much keratin as you can. Stone is everywhere to mine. It's not going to be an issue for you right in the starting area. And get yourself some cementing paste built up. You'll have tons of oil by the end of it, and you're going to be set up until you need to start getting snails. Now, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. Really helps us out. We really appreciate it. And check back tomorrow for our next video.